Hello and welcome everybody to this week's episode of Roll Charisma. We are super excited. We have Lip on here and we have oh my gosh. We have Chris. Sorry, Chris. My brain just went anyway, so we have a little bit of a change in format. We used to generally have Mac Jackal Rangers recap of last week on our channel to begin with, but we're gonna put that in the middle of the show along with Hey Doyle and Nick Sherry's nerdy news. So a little bit different. So we're just gonna kind of jump right in there. First, I guess I should introduce, my name is Shannon.
And I am Steven.
We're really professional.
Hello.
Yeah, so let's, without any ado whatsoever, welcome Lip to the show. Lip, hi!
Hey! Here we go again.
That was... I'm so sorry, everybody. Jesus Christ.
Not me.
You just saw me flub up my intro and I've done it 100 times. We're very professional, I tell you.
Yes,
The
all
utmost.
profession here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hello. How are you guys?
So good.
So we kind of talked a little bit about what we do. So we're going to have you have elected to roll your own D20 and then we're going to ask you some random questions. We're going to do that for a little bit and then we're going to go to the lightning round, which are supposed to be fast questions. Tangents will ensue in both cases and it's going to be fantastic and we're going to get to know you better. Sound good?
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Why don't you read the first one? So, Lip, go ahead and roll your die.
Here you go. So you guys are here. ASMR, you guys. Oh, that is a 2.
Ooh. The
Rolling
zombie...
low.
Oh, yes. The zombie apocalypse is coming. Who are 3 people, real or fictional, you want on your team?
Betty White, because she's never going to die.
Thank the gods.
Yes. Chuck Norris, because, zombie apocalypse. And, tipsy bartender.
Okay.
I have priorities.
I love it.
You're just gonna find a secure basement and have a party. I see.
Yeah.
All you're going to do is get drunk with Betty White and Chuck Norris.
There you go.
I'm there. I want the post-apocalypse invite, please.
Right? You're taking advantage of the situation. This is something you do anyway, regardless of the
Yes,
apocalypse.
I'll send the e-white to you both.
Sweet.
We will be there.
E stands for end of the world. Bye.
Love it. I'm there. Oh my gosh, that's great.
That was quick. You're fast. Like, your brain works quick. I mean, we didn't get an or a hesitation or anything. You're
Right?
I learned that the less you think and the more you say, the better you get in life.
There you go.
What?
No.
That's probably true. When you're an intelligent person, that is true, I think.
True.
I'm hoping that I'm intelligent. I think I'm still taking the DNA test on that.
That's how that works. I'll take a test. See how smart I am.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll the next die. Or the same
There you
one.
That is a 14.
14. You can hack into any person's computer in the world, but only once. Whose system are you breaching?
Okay, this one made me think for a bit because there's 2 answers that I want to say for this.
You know what? It's your show. You give
Yeah,
it.
give them to us.
You do it.
Well, I feel like the obvious answer that I think that most people might suggest to do is Elon Musk, because I mean, wow. Uh, but my real honest answer, which is actually kind of sad, is my high school laptop. I had so many really good plays and poems that are probably terrible, but I just want to go back to her. I want to see who that person is. But I had to lose that laptop because I forgot the password and could never get back in.
Oh no.
It's a whole chunk of my life that's just gone now.
Oh no.
I love that though, that you would go back
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
know thyself, you know?
yeah.
I'm just gonna go get my shit. It's good.
That-
I love that.
Musk would be fascinating too, but
Mhm.
definitely don't go into the file that's like definitely not porn, you know?
I-
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it would just be full of memes and gifs and weird quirky shit.
I mean, the thing is,
Corgi shit. I'm like, is he into corgis? What?
Corgis, yes.
the most dangerous thing is just beneath that folder. It's like
Right.
future of humanity
Yeah.
file, and I don't want to click that and be like, wow, that's what happens to us.
But
Okay,
then maybe you can get the date of the end of the world, and then we can RSVP for our dope ass party.
There we go. There we go. That's what this is really about.
DMs, be like, what you doing on August 24th? You know?
They're like, wait, what's happening on August 24th?
Gosh, yes.
Just it's fine.
I'm just
Okay,
having
like,
my
knock
best
on
friend
wood.
Betty over.
Oh man. All right, give us a
Okay.
roll.
Rolling it.
Rolling,
Give it a nice little shake.
shaking and a rolling.
That one is a 19. We're getting higher.
Teen. If you could play any one game again for the very first time, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's not fair. Every
Ah.
game is an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, good one, you guys. So I will definitely have to say, I played. Oh, okay. So I played Heavy Rain for the first time, and I won't give any spoilers. This is video game. I would say board game is a different one. Video game. I played. I'm going to commit to this Heavy Rain for the first time, and man, that storyline, to go through it and be as shocked as you are with every step of the way is amazing. As far as tabletop, my first game of Fiasco, Action News 6, a group of my friends, we kind of started this story together, and learning how to play that game set is phenomenal. It's hilarious because as you're learning, there's story that's happening. You're telling stories with your friends, and it gets ridiculous and it's wild. Fiasco. So Fiasco is like a movie style playset where everybody kind of picks a character. You're both the screenwriter and the main character of the story, and you all as a team collaborate by rolling dice to say like, our relationship is distant cousins who want the throne, whereas the person across from you is like the king who is dying of a secret disease, and you guys play out the story scene by scene together, and
Oh,
everybody
fun.
who's not in a scene decides whether your character gets a good or bad ending, and the whole goal is for your character to have these big dreams that can come crashing down huge. And so the first time I was playing, I was just like, I don't know how to play, so I'll just make high risks. We were playing Action 6 News. I was like, I want to flip off the entire world as the weatherman, the disgruntled weatherman. This is my last day, and I want to make it a big, huge thing. At the same time, the whole studio is going down in flames because there's a pyro arsonist that's trying to get a job there. So as the building is burning down, and my anchor weatherman comes up and gives the forecast of the actual studio and says, you know what, I quit, and the whole thing kind of burns down. That's an experience I would definitely want to do all over again.
I
Yes,
understand why. That sounds like glorious.
it does.
Amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Let's see.
Uh-oh. We lose her sometimes. It's okay. She'll be back. Worry not.
Oh, I'm in the host spot. That means I'm a host now.
Yep. You had a
Thanks for
fraction of a
hosting.
moment.
My laptop that I stream on likes to randomly decide to kick me the F off the internet. And it's
Mm,
always when I'm about to talk or like we're playing a TTRPG and like I'm in the middle of this like emotional scene or something.
Yep.
It's like, no, bitch, and then I'm
Yep.
gone.
It's just over.
Right? Like, cool. Thank you. That's great. Love
Sometimes
it.
it happens really perfectly though, because someone will like throw shade at her, and all of a sudden she's just gone.
Right.
Like,
I couldn't deal. I'm out.
yeah, just
It's
move.
better than having like your face frozen in the most like tragic face.
Right? Yeah, that's true. I always worry about that kind of, but I think it just gets rid of me. But yeah, that like half sneeze face, and then it's just
Or the
like,
TTRPG where it's like this person is like, "You're my mom," and you're like, and it just freezes. Just like,
I told you
guess.
something very emotional and deep.
Oh, no.
Okay, did you roll?
Yeah, here we go.
Sorry.
That is an 8.
Ooh, what fictional world or place would you like to visit and why?
I always loved the Wizard of Oz world. My mom is a huge Wizard of Oz like star. She has everything in her room just like decked out Wizard of Oz style. And my first stage performance, I played Scarecrow. And that was like her highlighted moment. And I don't know, I feel like I do embody Scarecrow quite a bit. And so just kind of being in that world is really fun.
Love
That's
it.
awesome. You would go to Oz.
Yeah,
I did. You would go somewhere over the rainbow. And
Yes.
I love that.
All the spots of a rainbow. I'm gonna take a full staycation in the entire region of Oz and the greater Ozland area.
I kind of like
so much
sometimes
fun.
when I can't sleep, I think I wish I could get some of them poppies. You know,
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
it's beautiful for good.
Good.
You
Can
know,
you imagine where you're just like, oh, I have insomnia. You just go run into the fields and your legs just like swing behind you as your face plants in the dirt.
right?
Yeah, I love it.
Just make sure you have like you can use one of those like those muff things, the like Russian. Just make sure that's in front of you, and then poof, and like you're out.
Right on that. Just have a pillow just attached to your arm so you just go straight down.
Face plant. Yeah. See,
Man.
I mean, it's not about, you know, it's a scary place, but it could be, you know, utilized, and you can make it yours. You know, be good, be fine. All right.
quote the
Oz.
movie all the
First thing to
time.
do.
Can't help
Yes.
it.
I don't even think Oz.
I always say, well, bust my buttons.
My favorite line ever is just like, well, that's just you all over.
Yes.
You all.
That's so good.
All right. Go ahead and roll. We're like cruising right along.
Yeah,
Usually we don't
yeah.
get through this many icebreakers, so
Oh,
get
snap.
it. Yeah.
The ice is going to be shattered. This one is,
Right.
oh, nat 1.
Uh-oh. Critical fail. Please
Critical fail.
describe the most embarrassing dream or real-life experience you have ever had.
Ooh, but these are like fun, good ones in real life too. So I'll tell the dream because the dream is like really, really cool. So I was having a dream, and it's to this day I still don't understand it. I watch a lot of horror movies, and typically in most of the horror movies, you know, there's a house at the end of the hill, and if you go in there, the killer's always there. This situation was me and a bunch of my friends, and they were just like, this killer only kills in like rooms that are not lit. So if you see the light goes off, you will be killed. And so me and a group of my friends went to this house. I don't know why our brilliant behinds were just like, yeah, we're just gonna go in, just roam the place. We are totally the Scooby Gang. We can totally solve this mystery by the end of this. But
Pull
the
off
first
the
thing I
mask.
do, exactly. First thing that happens, we walk in. All of my friends are just like, "All right, we're gonna split up. You stay here, and we'll go everywhere else together." I was like, "Okay, if you guys think so." And I was just like standing. I think it was like a diner room. The lights are on, and I was like, "As long as the lights are on, I'm gonna be safe. It's gonna be fine." And then all of a sudden, the lights go off, and I was like, "Well, fuck. This is how it is. This is the end." And so I started screaming and like panicking. And then I see the lights come back on. I'm just like, wait, what? And then I woke up. And so to this day, I'm like, does this dream mean that like he was like going to take me out? And he was like, nah.
I think you're immortal and you just don't know it yet.
Oh, there we
like,
go. That's
yeah.
good.
It's your
That's
brain
good.
giving you the heads up. Like, by the way, like you actually can't be killed.
Oh,
Or maybe
I
you're a
totally-
Highlander, and it has to be another
Oh.
Highlander that kills you if you get that
kills me.
reference.
So they
Yeah.
came in and was like, no, this can't happen. We have to undo this whole thing. I totally took it as like the way that, because the more I think about it in my dream, and I'm kind of glad that nobody else heard it, but the way that I was screaming, I thought that I annoyed the killer so bad that he was like,
Like, next
"Oh,
room.
no. If this
Yeah.
is what this slaughter's gonna be like, let me just turn the light on right now."
Or is
and
it just
walk
like the
away.
high pitched like wailing scream?
It was
or...
bad. Like it was like those like where you're not even really screaming, you're just like deep grunting breathing and like tears is welling out. I was like, please don't, please don't. And like just
Ugly
like,
screaming.
Oh,
Got it.
no, please God no. But the real one that actually happened, I have come to be empowered by this story. My first stage performance that I've ever done. I was nervous to go on stage. I actually slowed down the whole show because I was supposed to be this one character that delivered a little note to the main character. I was like, I won't do it. I'm too afraid. They're gonna all judge me. They're gonna make fun of me. And my teacher was just like, you will never know until you go out and do it. Every adult says. I went out.
The cliche line. They've got it on
Yep.
tape recorder.
Yep. So I got the ambition. I started like running out, and I told myself I'd do it real fast. I just run up, give them the letter, and run back. I would be fine. I took off, and my foot caught the curtain and brought down one half of the curtain. And I went sliding towards him, knocked over the main character, and tore his pants.
Oh no!
And I stood up and ran off stage.
Oh.
Did you deliver the letter though?
Not at all.
Oh, how old were you?
I was 9 or 10.
Oh,
And I was like,
probably the cutest thing ever. That everyone who watched it was probably just like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
I did hear my grandmother, I love my grandmother so much. I did hear my grandmother in the audience saying, why did he do that?
This is part of the
Part
plan.
of the story.
Literally have a kind of a similar story of being embarrassed the very first time I was ever on stage. It's
Yes.
good times.
I feel like everybody's got to have at least one of those,
Yeah.
like, this was absolutely awful. And then for some reason, I was like, you know what? This is going to be my lifestyle. I'm going to do this for the rest of my life.
Yep.
Well, the worst is behind you, right?
That's right.
Like, can't get any
Right.
worse than that, so I'm fine.
Mine was in second grade, so at least we got it out of the way early, you know?
Yeah, real early in life. Real early. If you can't do it anything later.
Not
Man.
cute when you're like, in your 30s or something.
Yeah.
tripping and falling and
I feel like it
sliding.
might have been cuter if I was 30.
Huh?
I think I could probably play it. You know how you do that thing where like you trip over yourself, but you still like make it look. Yeah, I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
I would try
Yeah.
and make it look stunning in some sort of way, and be like, no, this was like a character choice. The antecedent information was that I needed to crash into life before life crashed into me. That's my theory, at least.
I love it. I dig it. I get it on a t-shirt.
I'd buy it.
All right, let's do go ahead and go on to the lightning round, which again
Lightning
is
round.
theoretically supposed to be the first thing that pops into your head. It will go off the rails. Which we go where we fucking want to. That's what we
That's
do.
right.
Yes,
That's right.
Yes.
we go where
but-
no thought has gone before.
That's
Boom.
right. 'Cause if you're
Mhm.
not doing that, where are you bothering?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your die one more time and let me know if what the number is, and we'll start high or low depending on where you roll.
It's a 19. I've never done that before. A 1 then
Right.
high right afterwards. Crazy.
Well, it's a new experience. It's good. All right. So that would be. Why do I always do this? Steven, what number are we on?
22 would be where it would start,
22.
yes?
Yes. All right, go for it, Steven.
Name one of the 7 dwarves.
Sleepy.
Is it creepy?
Yeah, it's creepy. Creepy's the one that stayed in the closet the whole movie.
He was he was the best. What was
love
that noise? Oh, don't worry, that was just creepy.
Don't worry about the strange noises. It's creepy. Yeah, it's creepy. It's
No,
it's
it's
creepy.
literally creepy.
like that Who's on First thing.
Yeah. The
Oh,
Who.
okay.
Heavy mouth breathing in the closet.
Yeah. What are you doing in there? You don't want to know. It's just
No.
creepy. Would you want to live forever?
Oh, wait, one more time.
Sorry, I know. I was like, would you want to live forever?
No. Oh God, no.
What's your favorite beverage?
Orange juice.
Orange juice? Like real orange juice or like Sunny
not
Delight
picky.
type orange juice? Not
Anything that is yellow.
picky? Yellow, like that spectrum range, yellowish to orange.
Hmm.
Yes.
As long as it calls itself orange, I'll drink it.
Fair.
It identifies.
So
You're
Tang
down. I dig
counts.
it.
I love Tang.
There you go, yeah.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Stuttering, no. um, inconsiderate thoughts.
Yeah.
How many cups of coffee per day do you drink?
0. I hate coffee.
Okay.
No, I know it's controversial. You heard it here first, folks.
I feel like it's your body and you can put in it what you want, but I couldn't live without coffee.
Yeah, I will love the energy that coffee brings by just
Taste
the flavor. Yeah.
What do you caffeinate?
Yeah, tea
What do you
all the time.
Tea. Got a tea.
All the tea in the world.
Oh, I do love me some tea too.
If you had a
Tea too.
tea too.
I just watched it. Sorry, move on.
If you had a band, what would its name be?
The concubines and the yes.
Sweet. Okay.
Concubines and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs as one band, or it would be either the Concubines or the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
It depends on what day of the week it is. Like the concubines only comes out on Tuesdays. The yes only do weekend shows.
Fair.
We got the Concubines today. It's Tuesday.
Yes. What's your favorite carnival food?
Funnel cake with strawberry ice cream.
Yum.
Didn't know that was my answer, but there it is.
I am wanting now that.
Yeah, that does actually.
Wanting now that I am.
Little less appetizing. Would you eat a day-old taquito from 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
We've all been
I
there.
have to be honest because we've all been there.
Mhm. Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Milk chocolate.
Say something cool.
For show.
Okay.
That was
I
beautiful.
don't know if this not thinking thing is working for me.
That was the most beautiful thing ever. Like when I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna take this clip and I'm just gonna play that and I'm gonna be happy.
How would you rate your karaoke skills on a scale of 1 to Mariah Carey?
Negative Mariah Carey.
I don't know why I just have like a weird inverted like I don't know. I don't know what my brain's doing with that.
It's just Mariah Carey with like glowing red eyes, veiny skin. She
dark
inhales a
red.
little exhale noise.
Yeah. It's like this weird void somehow. Anti-Mariah.
Time.
All right. Using an Elmo voice, tell us how you like your tea.
Oh, okay. Well, Elmo likes a nice hibiscus at exactly 475 degrees. Just really burn. I want to burn off the skin. Death of Elmo.
that would be the death of Elmo. This is like hot boiling scalding. Be like Game of Thrones for gold.
There you
But
go.
Elmo,
Oh, poor Elmo.
poor Elmo. Why?
Why do I imagine him singing the song too? La, 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 la. Elmo's war.
This got
No.
dark. This
Oh
got
my
real.
god. Who Who is your favorite Harry Potter character?
Professor Trelawney.
Okay,
Tony is so great.
Amazing.
Yeah,
She's absolutely amazing.
I
fantastic.
would hang out.
Oddly enough, she is the first one that was on the. Before we started this interview, I don't know why I was thinking about her.
You knew that was coming.
I knew this question was. She told me this question was coming, so there we go.
She's the divinator.
The
Yeah.
divinity teacher. There, that makes sense.
She knows these things. It's cool.
Does divinity?
Definitely.
Super Brothers or Super Brothers. Good
Super
God.
Brothers.
Yeah,
Super
Brothers.
Mario. I love the Super Brothers. They're fabulous. Super Mario Brothers or Legend of Zelda.
Ooh, hard one. Super Mario Brothers. Because Luigi.
Yeah.
There you go.
If you ever play, I'll have to give you a little secret. If you ever play Mario Brothers with this guy over here, this Steven dude, you will have to play Luigi. He will not play
Always.
anything other than Mario.
I
I
mean,
am forever
you know.
your Luigi.
unless it's Luigi's Mansion, and then I adore him. I love his little voice when he's like, Mario, Mario. And he's all scared.
Reverse lightning question. Regular Luigi or slime Luigi?
I really do like Slime Luigi.
There we go.
I
There we
like
go.
it. I like to be able to slurm through bars and figure out the puzzles.
You can use slurm as a verb, for a character, then that's probably the go-to character. Use
Yes.
slurm.
Would you trade in your pet for $1 million?
No, but I would trade in my pet for better manners.
What kind of pet?
I have a kitten. Her name is Lily or Lilith, depending on, yeah.
Her mood?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes, exactly. She changes when the full moon comes out.
Oh no. Now I'm picturing Diablo 4 kitty.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Aw, Lilith. Have you ever wanted to try LARPing, or have you ever LARPed?
I always wanted to, never have done myself. It seems very interesting.
Yeah.
What is your favorite childhood toy?
Spider-Man. I have a little Spider-Man that actually shot water out of his wrist. Love it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you scared of the dark?
Nope, the dark is scared of me.
Except in that one that you had that one time.
Yeah, exactly. We're both scared of each other.
Right. The dark's like, oh shit. Like,
Dark screams back. Who is your biggest celebrity crush?
Seth Green. Yep.
yes.
I'm committed to that answer. I'm definitely committed to that answer.
Yes.
Down with
Oh my
that.
god.
Yes.
So cool.
100%. I agree.
I loved his little goth period as,
Yes.
like Mr.
Yes.
Evil, like when he was Scott and he went a little goth. I'm like, oh,
Honestly,
you.
that he will be my forever Oz. He will be my forever
Just
Oz.
like what? Oh, Without a Paddle. I loved him
Yes.
He was so
Mhm,
cute in that.
mhm.
in that. I
He's
know.
literally good at everything. Austin Powers. Always.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Always.
So good. So good.
adorable. And Chris and Family Guy, and he's so stupid and dumb, and I love him so much.
When Robot Chicken came out, I was like, well, I have to watch every episode. It's gonna happen.
Yep.
Yep, I rewatched some. Actually, what was it on? It just came out, and yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible, and they did not get away with it today.
Any of it.
But
None of
it's so
it.
funny.
None
No.
of it.
Like, none.
Yes, please go watch Early Buffy. Please do. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh yeah, I
Forever
forgot about that. He was
Yep.
in
Yeah,
there, and
when
then
he
what
left,
was
my heart was broken for at least 3
Aw.
seasons.
Oh,
the? Like, I can't
some
do it.
damage.
All right. Well, this is the very last question.
one,
One
you
of the
guys. I'm
most
gonna make it real good for you
important.
guys.
I know. Well, it's easy, I think. Did you have fun on the show?
Yes. Oh my god, yes. Have you guys ever been on a roller coaster where the end of it looks like it's broken, but you're going at full speed towards it,
Yes.
and then somehow you manage to land? That's what this was like. It's amazing.
Love it.
That's
best
what
answer
we
yet.
want. Like, just come on the show. It's good.
Funnel of death.
Please,
Yes.
I'm telling you guys. Maybe wear a seatbelt, but it's gonna be amazing.
All right, everybody, make sure you're securely strapped into your chair because we're going to take you places.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right, why don't you let everybody know where they can find your beautiful face on the regular or coming up or what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. You will mostly find me on Twitch right here at mxlip90. I do a bunch of streams. Right now it's video games, but we're in the works for something new. I won't be releasing too many details, but you can definitely check us out there. Also, as you can see, I have posted my Twitter, which is Silent Storyteller. It's spelled weird, so take a picture. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm also on Instagram, Maverick Max, but once you find one place, you find me everywhere.
Just follow
Yeah, just always follow rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Oh, rabbit
Yes.
holes, rabbit trail.
Well, I don't know. Actually, I was thinking trail, and then I'm like, should I said hole? And then you said hole, and then yes, I don't
All
know.
the rabbit trail holes.
Yeah,
Trail
all
holes.
of the rabbit trail holes, everybody. Just follow
That'll
them.
take you to Oz.
That's our life. Yes, that is our life advice for you to take away. We've learned stuff. Okay.
We've learned today.
All right, so we are going to go ahead and we're going to watch Mac Jackal Ranger do the recap for Roll for Chaos, and also McSherry and Hey Doyle doing the news bit. So stick around for that, and then when we come back, we'll have Chris, and we'll be hanging out and try to do this all over again. We'll
Here
see you
we
later.
go.
Thanks for coming, Lip.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Doyle. I was just doing research for the next show. I missed you after we got drinks.
Yeah, sorry about that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Anyway, so I was coming back from the snack bar. Again, thinking about our conversation we had last time. Just about different games that are out there and TTRPGs. Went home, did some Googling, did it on
Oh.
the phone. Actually, I found there are a lot of games out there.
There are all kinds.
Yeah, and it's not just about fighting monsters. Like, you know, when you think of like Dungeons and Dragons, you always think about like, oh, I'm slaying a dragon, or
Yeah,
I'm stuck in a dungeon fighting an ogre.
exactly. I mean, there's a lot of controlled violence, you might say.
Yeah, exactly. So I was looking up some different games. Actually, I found a couple. Do you mind if I share them with you?
Please do.
I know you're in the middle of research.
Oh, well, this is the kind of thing I research, so
Okay.
I'd love to hear it.
Well, the first game I found was a game called Wander Home.
Okay.
And Wander Home, it's not really a game about combat. It's more on like relationship building.
Oh, I like
and
that.
exploration.
Okay.
So it's according to my research here, it's inspired by Studio Ghibli,
Oh, I love them.
the author of the Moomin books, and Redwall writer Brian Jacques.
Wow, that's a great combination.
And it's kind of more just, it invites players to kind of kick back and relax and explore their friendships and relationships. So
I like that.
it's not about fighting monsters or fighting each other, you know, like a lot of games are.
It's more about getting to know each other.
Yeah, exactly. So, just a quick summary here. It's you're basically you're a society of humanoid animals called the Kith.
Ooh.
And the players can become different Kith, which are kind of like, yeah, humanoid animal. Like I'd be a bear, of course, or maybe a cat, or a cat bear.
Definitely a cat here, but I like the idea of cat bear for you.
Yeah. So you basically you just kind of create your story. Like you have, as a Kith, you have your own hobbies, your occupations, you know, interests, things that you want to pursue.
Oh, wow.
And so you're telling a story from that perspective. You're not fighting somebody or something.
I like it.
Yeah. Another game, kind of again Studio Ghibli related or inspired by, is called Monster Care Squad.
Oh, I like the idea of taking care of the monsters. Do I get to boop them all?
Yes,
Excellent.
that is a benefit. You get to boop every snoot that you come across.
You know, I'm a fan.
Yeah. So So, in contrast to like D&D, like I said, where you're fighting monsters and like there's a lot of violence, this is kind of the opposite. You take care of the monsters. Like,
Aw.
it invites players into the world of Ald Amra, a land populated by ancient beings whose usual gentle nature has been corrupted.
Ooh.
So you have to kind of explore and figure out what's corrupting them. How can we fix them or make them better or help them? So,
I like that.
it's a collaboration and cooperation game.
Mm-hmm.
Really pretty cool. There's even a way for the GM, the game master, to play with the players and not just direct the game, but be like, there's a mentor system.
Be in the action.
Yeah.
That's got to be exciting for a lot of GMs,
Yeah.
because I know a lot of them get tired of just kind of pointing ways to go.
Yeah, exactly. And for a lot of folks like who may not know much about, role playing like myself, like it kind of it's an easy way to get into that
Yeah.
TTRPG, and the GM can kind of guide you through and help.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Good
So
find.
I thought that was an awesome one. Another one that I thought was really cool is a game called Ark.
Ark?
Ark.
Like Noah's Ark?
No, it's ARC. It's
Oh.
like an arc. According to what I've kind of researched here, it presents its players with a real-time experience. So you're racing against time to solve something, or like an actual real time, like in that game, like it's kind of like a one shot or something. Like you have those 4 hours to stop the arrival of the apocalypse.
Oh. I mean, I've heard of post-apocalyptic games, but I like the idea of within the apocalypse.
Exactly, it's in the real time. Like, okay, we have 8 hours or 2 hours or however long the game is, and you can, basically you have that time to either stop the apocalypse or deal with the fallout of what happens afterwards.
Oh, wow.
Which I think is really interesting too, because once the apocalypse happens, the game can go in a lot of different directions.
Exactly.
Like you're in this post-apocalyptic world, or let's say everyone's, you're deceased and go into a different world.
Oh, that could be
And-
interesting. Or you could get taken, for example, if it was an apocalypse involving aliens or
Yeah.
creatures from another dimension, you could end up there.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's tons
That's
of
pretty exciting.
there's tons of storytelling opportunities for the GM, for the players. It's just really exciting. So it's more than just Dungeons and Dragons. Like there's a lot of stuff
There's
that's out there.
All kinds of stuff, definitely.
Yeah. Have you found any games lately that you've
I
come
mean,
across?
there are a lot of games out there.
Yeah.
Obviously, there is the old standard Ether and Steamworks.
Of course. Yeah.
But above and beyond that, I mean, you've got people who are writing, if you want a post-apocalyptic game, you've got something like 10 Candles.
Oh yeah.
That was written by Stephen Dewey. You've got all kinds of other things like that. So
Okay.
there are a lot of games out there that kind of give you that feel.
Yeah.
But I like that you have found a bunch of games that are non-combative for the most part.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot about thinking and feeling, and I appreciate
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah, and the last game I found, it's a game called Darwin's Journey, and it's actually kind of more. It's about Darwin, so it's more about evolution, and basically it's a worker placement game, and it's about the actual exploration that Darwin underwent in September 1835.
Oh,
So
wow.
you place different resources on the map, and
That's kind of exciting.
each worker has a different discipline that's needed to perform the prerequisite that eventually became Charles Darwin's theory of evolution.
Okay.
And the game lasts 5 rounds, so it's not like an all-day 10-hour, 12-hour.
Right.
game,
Right. Because there are things like Warhammer 40K that
Yeah.
really turn into that very quickly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's several short and long-term objectives, so you can have the game go on for multiple sessions if you want to.
Oh, wow.
So those 5 rounds, even though they might be 2 hours or 3 hours on a weekend, there might be multiple rounds per month, per week. I don't know.
Exactly. It all depends on how quickly you go and
Yeah.
how much you want to explore. I like that.
Yeah, so it's an exploration game. You document your findings, report it back to I think you report it back to Darwin or kind of higher ups, and then you kind of contribute to scientific advancement, theory of evolution.
Wow.
So there's a lot of cool history there too.
You've found a lot of really good games, Doyle.
Thank you.
You've given me a lot to think about.
Oh, thanks.
I definitely appreciate it.
Of course.
We should maybe come up with a collaborative effort for the next news segment.
Oh,
Maybe we can each pick a couple of games to talk about.
Oh, sure. I'm here every week, and I talk to your computer here, or your fans, or.
I don't know if I have fans, but I do know that Roll for Chaos has a lot of fans, as does Roll Charisma. So, on that note, I guess I'll see you back here next week.
All right. We'll see you next week then.
All right.
All
Thanks, Doyle.
Welcome back. Mac Jackal Ranger, always getting into it. What is going on?
It's like the die. It's like the pieces of 8 or something, or the
Stresses
7.
me
It's a
out.
and booping snoots.
Yeah, they're good booping the snoots. And then thank you, McSherry, and Hey Doyle, for that wonderful recap. And now the time has come for our next wonderful guest. We've been chatting with him over the break. We have been having a fantastic time, and we are about to introduce the one, the only, Chris. Welcome.
Ta-da! Hello, friends.
There you are.
I am here. This is so surreal on so many different levels because I have a podcast of my own, and I'm usually the one doing the interviews. So the fact that I'm being interviewed is like, I don't know what to do.
My, how the tables have turned.
That's actually funny because Lip was just saying the same thing.
Mhm.
So while we've got but we actually tried to do this show. We flipped the script and asked each other questions, and it was really hard.
Yeah.
Like,
We know the questions. Like, you would have thought we would have planned ahead, but we didn't.
yeah, no, it was like all about spontaneity. Like, we're just going to answer the questions. And then there was some questions too, because they've been answered so many times. And I'm like, was that my answer? Or did I totally just steal someone else's like answer because that was at the top of my head?
I had
Oh. Okay.
All right. So,
Oh, no.
Ultramac in chat has redeemed so that the host has to use a silly voice when asking the next question, and that also so does our guest. These are our point redemptions in our chat. So hopefully you're down for that.
I will certainly try to use silly voices.
Yes.
Yes.
That's perfect.
But yeah. So, and you elected to use your own very fancy schmancy dice.
Yes,
correct?
I have my very special obsidian dice.
Ooh.
Ooh, is it
I
actually?
rarely use them because it's like I feel like I'm gonna break them. It's just so...
Yeah. So it's actually
What's that? I'm sorry.
actually made out of obsidian.
Yes, I got them from. I don't know. Can we do like unsolicited plugs for other companies?
Absolutely, mate.
Sure. I got them from Wormwood Gaming. They had an advertisement, and I was like, I must have them. They are
That
so
is
pretty.
cool.
I
Yeah.
drool over dice all the time. Like
Uh-huh.
they're on all of my social media because I apparently said the word wormwood dice, and then it's like everywhere. So whatever y'all are doing for your advertisement is working.
Working.
Yeah,
The
I'm running
algorithm
on
hears
that.
you.
Guys,
Yeah.
give us a call. Like, let's talk about that.
But my 20 is armed and ready, so you let me
all
know.
right. All right, go ahead
All
and
the way.
roll.
Okay.
And we'll get started.
All right, 18 kids, 18.
Go first, Steven. See if you use.
Oh, I see how you do this. What? Oh,
You are a mad scientist. Money and ethics are not an issue for you. What are you creating?
Oh no. If I could pull this off, I would do this in the voice of Doofenshmirtz, but I can't, so I'm not Dan Povenmire, I'm sorry to say.
Well, let's see. What would I create? What would I invent? I think I would have to invent a mandatory death ray. That is just something that is very, very necessary. And of course, it would backfire, and it would turn everybody into penguins instead.
naturally.
Is that really backfiring though?
Is it? Is it really?
I've got an Opus Penguin over here, because he would tell me that's actually a good idea, so that's all good. All right.
Yes.
Wait, an opus penguin?
Yes, from Bloom County. The
Okay.
funny strip, the Berkeley Breath. Oh wow, I've got to educate these people.
Please
I
do.
got work ahead of me.
Yeah,
All right.
we need links. It's fine.
Before there was Kelvin and Hobbes, there was Opus the Penguin, Bill the Cat, Steve Dallas, Cutter John. This is classic. This is stuff I was reading back when I was in like high school and college, and then many years ago.
A couple years back.
Yeah, a few years ago. Time flies.
Man, I'm actually kind of mad at myself because I'm like kind of a comic-y fan, grew up on,
I think I'll tell you what. Based on our conversation, if you look up Bloom County, I can almost guarantee you'll enjoy it.
I'm going to be doing that. Thank you for bringing joy to my life.
Thank you for my joy.
All right, go ahead and roll.
To my life. All right, I'm rolling. Here we go. Nat 20.
Ooh.
Nat
All
20.
right. So, we have the critical role is the guest's choice, actually, in Aether and Steamworks, which is what we play on this channel most of the time. When you get a critical success, you get to kind of choose between two options. So you can either have the host's role and answer any question instead of yourself, or you can tell us a favorite story involving yourself.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm going to put you guys on the spot because I'm the interviewer, and the interviewer in me is like saying, "Hey, I want to hear what you guys have to say too."
We'll get the taste of professionalness here. Go ahead.
Let
Steve.
me get to my die.
Get it.
Dun, dun,
Oh, I
dun.
just have
We're
my
having a dog show too, apparently.
a
Please.
dog show. Oh, he's got lots of puppy dog. Well, there's actually lots of puppy dogs at his house.
I have one
That was
sitting
a
at my
moment.
feet right now as we speak.
Aww.
Perfect. I understand that.
What kind?
She's an Australian Shepherd named Juno.
Aw.
Oh, my mother has a thing for Australian.
You want to come out and say hi to the folks? You want to come out and say hi?
Do it.
Come here,
Do
baby.
it.
Come here, baby. It's a good girl. Ready?
No.
Puppy.
Oh, the scratches.
This is how we get the views.
That's
Oh,
right.
I know.
God.
She's a regular on some of my shows too, so people will be like, "Puppy sighting! Oh my god!"
Oh my
Cute.
gosh. She's like dad. Ugh.
It's 2 years old.
Aw.
All right, Shannon.
Okay.
So,
sorry.
are we both going to answer the same question, or are we going to roll one question for each of us?
Let's just go ahead and do one. And
Okay. Well, then, our question is, if you could have any real-life animal for a pet, what would it be and why?
Okay, this is like the worst question to ask me because one, I don't pick
No.
favorites. Favorites are hard. Everybody is valuable, from colors to animals. I don't want to pick a favorite. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And then two, I want literally all the animals.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been really into there's that really fluffy type of camel that I recently ran across in an old National Geographic book from like the 50s. I was like reading this thing about like formation of Afghanistan or something like that. But they have these camels and they're fluffy. They look like a camel and a one of the Highland cows, had like a baby.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want a fuzzy camel.
So
Fair enough.
Shannon, in a D&D setting, you're like the druid, basically.
I frequently, if I have to
Yeah,
character quickly, I will be a druid. Absolutely.
right there. I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
You, Steven, who do you want? What do you want? Huh?
There is a particular type of parrot that I want, actually, and I can't remember what it's called right now, and I say it all the time. Remember my short-term memory?
Oh.
It's poop. Huh?
African gray?
No, we'll just go with the blue hyacinth macaw because they're gorgeous, and I can't think of the name of the other one.
Sorry,
but
the Monty Python fan of me wants to go, Norwegian blue, beautiful plumage.
yes,
But then the Monty Python and you then start talking about the dead parrot, how it's pushing up daisies and shuffled off the mortal coil and all of that stuff, and that's just a different.
This is an ex-parrot.
oh my
You still want
goodness.
that macaw. Right, you've been wanting that macaw for like a couple years now, Steven.
I do, but then I found
wrong.
a new one, and it's making me mad that I can't think of it. The males are really bright green, and the females are really bright red with blue in their wings. They're gorgeous. Eclectus, thank you. I want an eclectus parrot. They are, fun fact, and I'll be quick. They are actually polyamorous in nature, so they don't just bond to one person. They bond to everybody, so they're
We know
more
how
of
to
like
live.
a
Just
social
saying.
bird. Yep.
Yeah.
Highly intelligent. They learn how to speak within 6 weeks. Just bundles a little joy, and I want one so badly.
That is amazing. That's good stuff.
Yes.
To Nick for coming up that his
Yes.
partner, it just I'm sure was the one who hollered that over.
Was. I've only been talking about it for months, and he won't let me have one.
What an ass.
But.
All right, flipping script back around. Go ahead and roll, Chris.
All right. Oh, I'm staying high. 19.
All right. I mean,
If
I
you
was
could
gonna
play
hide, but
any one game again for the very first time, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. A game for the first time. Okay.
Feels like the first
to
time.
experience, to relive.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from. You know what? I think I would love to go back and have once again those first couple of sessions with my college buddies when I was learning how to play D&D the first time, more than a half a lifetime ago at this stage. And we were getting into a module called the Desert of Desolation series. And this was advanced D&D. This was still first edition. Second edition was like kind of like on the horizon. And we spent an entire weekend at a buddy's house, just basically eating pizza, drinking beers, and just laughing our asses off on a fairly regular basis. I don't remember the module. I remember how I felt playing the module.
Right. That means you did
And
it right.
that was some good. That was I think the day that was the weekend I really became kind of glued to tabletop gaming for the rest of my life at that point. So that would be something I'd like to relive. To love. Marriage is what brings us here today.
Fun fact, my mother was the officiant of my wedding, and how she started the proceedings was
fantastic.
College. Yeah. And
I also am an officiant, and I have done that for because the groom requested it, and as soon as I started into it, the bride gave me the dirtiest look, so I stopped halfway through the first sentence and went right back into more normal mode. I was like, sorry. My
bad. I don't know if you should marry her. She doesn't have a sense of humor.
Right?
I smile and nod. I smile and nod a lot, but it gets me through my day.
It's a really good thing.
So that's a good question. Thank you for that memory. That was a cool. I'm gonna soak on that one for a little bit later on. That was good stuff.
Yes.
Oh. All right, go ahead and roll again. Let's see where
Okay,
else
cool.
take you.
All right, I'm going from nat 20 to nat 1. Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently
My, how the
romantic
mighty have
streams
fallen.
tonight.
That's your question, Stephen. Go.
Critical fail.
Oh,
Please
God.
describe the most embarrassing dream or real life experience you have ever had.
Well, there was this time I tripped over the scenery and tore down the curtain. No,
That's familiar.
you know, as I was told often, you know, wow, you're a really funny guy, and I have always been able to kind of like look at a situation and more often than not find the right thing to say to be funny. I can't try, I can't plan it, and so that leads me to my story that my senior year of college, there was an open mic night at one of the local bars. And they were like, Chris, you're making us crack up all the time. You make us crack up in class and in meetings and stuff like that. You got to do stand-up. You got to do stand-up. So I worked on it, and I sat down and I worked on it, and holy shit did I bomb. Okay, because Chris cannot intentionally be funny. Chris can be accidentally funny. Chris can slip the comment in. I can make the balanced comment. You know, I can make a little reference here and there. But when I actually stand up in front of a crowd of people and start telling jokes, I suck.
Oh no.
And it was horrible.
That's my nightmare. Like literally, like I have these dreams. Like I'm like, oh God, being a stand-up comedian would be the best thing ever. And I'm also funny, I think, but not when I'm trying. And that is literally my nightmare, that I'm always like, you know, one of these days I'm going to get like a notebook together and I'm going to write down jokes and I'm going to do that. And then I just imagine exactly that happening. And
it was a worst nightmare moment. These people are staring at me, and about 2/3 of the way through the set, I said, well, you know what? I've already gone through the best stuff, and you guys aren't even cracking, so I must suck at this. I'm going to let you off the hook now. I'm going to go get a beer and drink myself silly. You know?
There you go. Hopefully you got a couple drinks.
Did they laugh at that one at least?
Yeah.
Well, a couple people giggled. I think it was a mercy giggle, really.
Okay.
I think that was about it. It was like, we feel your pain. Thank you for trying to get your ass out of here.
Oh,
you know?
no.
Like, yeah, we're cheering that you're getting off the stage. Not
And suddenly I was sick and couldn't go to class for a few days. I just It's just buried myself in my room and said, "That's it. I'm gonna, Rain Man here."
Color in my
I'm
4-5.
glad you've recovered.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much,
good
Will. Thank
job.
you. I appreciate it. But yeah, that was definitely that was an embarrassing moment there.
Well, thank you for sharing that one. Like I said,
Appreciate it. Yeah.
it helps. It makes me feel better that I've made the right choice to not just like push myself to do that. It's like, oh, that's what happens when you try. Now that's a horrible takeaway from that.
Happens when
Always
you
try,
try. Wow.
Just know yourself.
I'm gonna write that one down. There's the quote of the night right there.
I tried.
I'm gonna post that right up on my board here in my little home office. This is what happens when you try.
That's very counter to how I.
Uh-oh.
That's gonna be the quote people actually remember me for. Is like, yeah, this is what happens when
Aw.
you try. Like, aw.
Sad day. You have to use a
Um,
silly voice next question.
Okay.
Okay, I guess that would be me anyway.
Is it
Mhm.
rolling time then?
Roll.
Rolling. I'm rolling number 7.
If you could travel, if you could time travel back to childhood and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Like Mrs. Bighead from Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh my god.
I would have to take myself, I'd have to sit myself down and say, little boy, little boy, these are the things you need to do. Little boy, do not go immediately from high school to college because you have your head firmly up your little ass. You will have no idea what you're doing. So you take the year, you figure yourself out, then you go to school and you do the things. Go do the things then. But do not just go straight from A to B. You will not like it.
And don't try stand-up comedy.
And don't try stand-up comedy. That would be
Apparently, just don't try.
Oh no, she disappeared again. Apparently
She's
she was
gone.
too embarrassed. Yep, she'll be back.
Couldn't
There
handle
she
it.
is. Maybe? I don't know.
Eh?
We'll do a Shannon summoning dance. Everybody, Shannon summoning dance. This is.
We
And it
shall
didn't
move
work.
on.
I should stop. I'm going to stop because that didn't work.
Oh no. Okay, well roll a die.
All right, I'm going to roll it. Here we go. Number 11.
11. If you could be any animal in the world, what animal would you choose to be and why?
There's a that's like an interview question. It's like,
Right.
what's your 5-year plan?
God, I hate those.
Any animal. Well, the people who know me know I would probably say penguin because that's kind of like a thing. I have a thing for penguins. I think they're pretty cool and they're always well dressed, right? So that's a thing.
See, no doubt.
But I like my dog, right?
Yeah.
And there's a certain kind of lifestyle to being a dog, and I would roll with that. So that would be my answer.
Nice.
Would be a
Like
like
a dog in captivity? Or
well,
just like a-
a domesticated critter, yeah.
Yeah.
Preferably with somebody like me as an owner who pampers the ever-loving hell out of it,
I mean, I get it. I am jealous of my dog. My dog gets treated way better than I do.
What do you got for a pup? What do you got for a breed?
I have a Siberian Husky.
Oh, big fluffy thing.
Yeah, I
You
had
have a hair
two.
golem.
Yeah, the last one was really bad. I had him for 15 years. He passed away on May 1st, but his coat was insane, and I'm
Yeah.
still finding it everywhere, which is bittersweet. This one, he has a little bit more. He actually has an 8th wolf in him, so he's a little bit shorter
Okay.
coat. So he's cool
Okay.
though, but treated way better than me. All right, shall we roll one more while we see if Shannon's ever coming back?
We'll roll one more. All right.
Oh.
I will say number 8.
Number 8. What fictional world or place would you like to visit and why?
Oh wow. God, there's so many good ones too.
And you've had so many roles. We've had like so many roles the same this episode. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't Lip get this one too?
Yep.
I am going to say Middle Earth.
Love it.
I grew up with Tolkien. I grew up reading The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. And let me tell you what a challenge for a high school kid to read Lord of the Rings was. That's thick and heavy right
It's
there.
big. It's yuck. Yeah.
And then of course Peter Jackson brought it to life so spectacularly, so you could see it and feel it. And I've been a big Renaissance Festival geek since I was a young lad. So yeah, I think that's the vibe. That would be like the vibe check, to be able to like just kind of explore Middle Earth in person. That would be cool.
Any region in particular that you would like to go first?
Well, as far away from Mordor as possible. We'll stay.
That's basically the Shire, right?
There you go. The Shire is great. Bree, I think that would be a lot of fun. Obviously, I think Rivendell would be a the penultimate thing of the trip. That would be cool, and just be able to like, if I'm visiting, just to be able to get pictures of Gondor, like the Minas Tirith, Gondor, the main city, just to be able to have that postcard.
Could you imagine?
That would be insane.
Yeah.
And a lot. I think that'd be the cool. That'd be the trip of the lifetime thing.
So, I love that.
Yeah, that would be my thing.
All right. Well, then you were too cool. I broke my Discord, Shannon said.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shannon. We miss you already.
Her Discord is completely gone out, audience. Thank you very much for your patience. She will be back as soon as possible. This is a new one.
Excellent.
Agile Mech from the audience does ask, if you could appear in one of the Lord of the Rings movies, which scene would you appear in, and as what character or extra?
Oh,
that's a good one. I think if I had the opportunity to do that.
Sorry, honey, I don't.
I would probably like to be at the Battle of Pelennor Field. Riding with the Rohirrim. I think that'd be just the badass thing. Come screaming down the hill, everybody just completely out of their minds, coming right down the hill at full steam. That would be kind of like an epic. That would be an epic badass moment, and it fits in with the fact that I've always wanted to learn how to ride a horse. So
there you go.
That would be cool. I think that'd be the way to play it.
And knowing
in my heart of hearts, knowing that I'm pointing at my head. That's great, Chris. Well played on biology. In my heart of hearts, knowing that we would survive, right?
Yeah, right.
There she is. She's back.
You're very tan all of a sudden.
Because apparently it wanted to use my laptop camera, but I'm not gonna mess with it at this point. All I'm hearing is you guys talking about the Lord of the Rings, which is like my place.
Is your jam?
No,
your jam?
So I'm like sitting there like upset because I can't connect, but also upset because you're talking about like my favorite thing. I'm like, God damn it.
Well, you're hearing, so now we can get your 2 cents in.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Going to like Minas Tirith and things like that would be fantastic. I don't.
Could you imagine having like tea in Rivendell? That would be a thing.
Oh,
or going to a birthday party in the Shire.
Oh, I want to live in the Shire.
It'd be so much fun.
I like to imagine myself as like an elf, or even like a wood elf, or something. But then I really think about it, and I'm probably a hobbit.
And then you know what? And there's nothing wrong with that either.
There's not.
I was watching a YouTube video. I can't remember the guy's channel, but he and his mates, they decided to eat like a hobbit for a day, and it nearly killed them.
Oh no!
Gosh, just like
they did the whole breakfast, second breakfast, lunch, and dinner, supper. Right up the way through. They did everything, and they were like, they're going into food coma at like 6 o'clock in the evening. It was amazing. It was just the poor. They suffered, but they enjoyed themselves. I guess it's what matters.
That is what matters. But yeah, sorry I disappeared, everybody. I haven't like lost connection that bad, and then like I said, if you were too cool, my Discord just couldn't handle it.
Shut down.
All right, so then before we jump any further, then I'm informally inviting the 2 of you to hang out on my podcast sometime.
I'm there. Let's go.
Yes.
Good deal. I'm new friends. I'm digging it.
Yes. Where were we? Did you guys get to the lightning round?
We have not gotten lightning.
We delayed a little bit. Yeah, we asked another normal question, then Algermak added to our lovely Lord of the Rings, and now we are going to move on to the lightning round.
All right.
Get it. Tell me what I got to do here.
You don't have to do anything any longer.
Well, you were just hanging out and answering stuff.
Okay, I'm ready.
Just talking. So go ahead, Steven, because I gotta pull up the questions again.
Do you cover your eyes during the scary parts of a movie?
Yes, I do. Silence of the Lambs, when we were watching that, there were several times, I'm not ashamed to admit, that I actually ducked behind my girlfriend at the time. It was bad. It was, wow.
That's fair enough. Like in Buffalo Bill's basement when the lights are off. Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, oh my God.
That part's hard. It makes my heart race still, and I've seen the movie 100 times.
Yes. And then there's the time where somebody shouts out, oh my God, he's wearing his face. I'm like, okay, I'm going to just be here now.
Like Hannibal Lecter, I'm all about it, but it's the end when Buffalo Bill's in the dark and he's reaching out to like Clarice's face right behind her and stuff, and she doesn't know. Like,
yes. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
crazy thing about Silence of the Lambs is that like really everyone is creepy except for Clarice. Like literally
Yeah.
everyone else. The other doctors, like the other psychiatrists and stuff, totally creepy. Like I would not want to be alone in a room with that
Chilton?
guy.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Good evening, Clarice.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Hannibal Lecter, you
The
know, like
lambs,
he's
little
really not the
screaming.
creepiest dude in that movie,
Yeah.
hands down at all. Like the only
Right.
cool person in that movie other than Clarice is that that big black guy that's the orderly that
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Like only other
Barney?
cool person-
Barney.
Barney
Barney.
or Barney? Yeah.
Barney.
Yeah. Okay.
I just love that movie so much.
it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Invisibility or super strength?
Super strength.
Your favorite Disney princess?
Oh, Mulan.
Yes.
Did you watch the new one?
I have not. I've not seen the live action version.
I'm scared to watch.
Yeah, I
was
felt a little weirded out by doing. It felt like I was going to lose something in the translation somewhere along the line.
I was
I'm
actually
like,
surprised.
no Mushu.
I was actually surprised. And I'm
Yeah?
okay about Mushu because they just came out with the movie right after that was all about dragons and that culture. So I feel
Oh.
kind of maybe that's why they left
Raya?
Mushu out.
Raya?
And Mushu did get a replacement. Give it a try
All right,
and let me
all
know.
right.
I'm curious
right.
to hear your feedback.
I
Yeah.
do like Mulan. She's like that plucky chick that's like, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
girls can't do that, and she's like, "Bitch, I got this," and like goes off and does. her thing.
It was a certain way she approached it too. I think, you know, as opposed to some of the other Disney princesses, she was not like over the top about it. It's
No.
hard to kind of describe it. She just went to work.
Right.
You know, she dove in and went to work, and I loved her
Not
for it.
a thing that needed to get done,
And
and she did it.
she
Yep.
was one of the first princesses that actually went out and did like not waiting for her prince to come save the day.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna be the badass of my own
Yeah.
story. And
She
like
actually
which I think is
saved
great.
her own prince.
That's a great
Yeah.
sociological swing that they've done, especially with like the Frozen. They're like, you know, you don't need that. You know, you can do a
Yeah.
thing, you know,
You
without.
can do things independently as a person.
yes,
and
you
then,
can.
And then Moana, which is just like all of it.
Ah,
That was a fun movie,
Yes.
absolutely fun movie. And then here you are, you're like, you got Dwayne Johnson. He's the tall guy with the muscles that lead to Cleveland, and you know he can act. He's funny. He's charming. Oh sure, fuck's sake, that guy can sing too.
I know.
Sort of.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? Oh sure, he can sing. Of course, yeah, great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
naturally, obviously.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life. Anyway.
I mean, okay, if any of us put ourselves up against Dwayne the Rock Johnson, we will fall short. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't do that to yourself.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
I'm saying.
I couldn't do that.
No one can hold a candle to Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I mean, have you seen his like Twitter and stuff with his kid?
Yeah,
and
he's
like
funny. And when he gets into his little squabbles with Kevin Hart, it's hilarious.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my
yeah.
god. Yes.
I am so
Yeah.
looking forward to the Jungle Cruise movie because I love Emily Blunt to begin with, and they have the two of them together bouncing off each other. I think it's gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I
looks
love
fun.
that when we're talking about like empowered females, I like that they're doing that with kind of like an like Emily Blunt is kind of like the Indiana Jones of the jungle.
It's almost like
Cruise.
Indiana Jones, the Mummy kind of combination there.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
some
vibe I'm getting.
Jumanji, you know.
Yeah, with a little
Ah.
Jumanji thrown in there.
All right. So,
Hit me again.
Dawn or Dusk?
Dawn or Dusk? Dusk.
What children's movie could you watch over and over again?
Treasure Planet.
Yes. Okay.
On the
Um,
wings of Ethereum. Boom, done, sold. Okay.
Love it.
So again, you're really gonna like it when you play Aether and Steamworks because the aesthetic is pretty much that.
Yeah.
Sexy. Oh, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. That's gonna be fun.
The system
Um,
time made it gives you so much freedom to be such a quack, and I love it.
Yeah, I like the little. What was the little blorb ball thing in Treasure Planet?
Oh God, I can't remember his name.
Was it?
Oh, he was so cute.
I feel like it was Blorb or something
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
it was
It's like
something-
that, I think.
It was something cute,
Yeah.
like Blip or something like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
he was my favorite. I wanted one of those.
Mhm.
Whatever it was, some weird ectoplasm stuff. Favorite junk food.
Sound
Favorite
like Moira.
junk food. Oh wow. Favorite junk food. I would say combos.
Mm.
Combos.
They're little pretzels
Oh, the
tubes
cheese are-
with Cheez-Its stuffed in there.
Okay.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
peanut butter, you know.
My
All the-
grandpa always had those. He'd like go to
Mhm.
Costco and get the big jugs of either cheese or
Peanut butter?
Peanut butter. Yeah.
They're delicious.
That's good.
Golden Oreos are definitely up there too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the thing.
Favorite childhood TV show?
Wow. Okay. We'll start with Doctor Who. And I'll work my way down the list to Star Trek, the original series, and let's go old school, Captain Kangaroo.
Mm,
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo.
I was raised on that. That was good stuff.
I caught the very end of Captain Kangaroo, and I think refunds. God, repeats. Reruns.
I'm just seeing the comments over here. McSherry saying, "We are the same person. I knew it." Yeah. I love bonding with people. That's awesome.
Yes, yes. Favorite season?
Autumn.
What is your last Halloween costume?
Vampire.
Ooh, cake or pie?
Pie.
Favorite
Key lines
breakfast
to be
cereal?
Specific.
Ooh, I
Breakfast
love-
cereal. Ooh, Lucky Charms.
Yes.
Ah. Do you prefer to play tank, DPS, or heals?
I play whatever the party needs, but it typically is a healer.
Which that
Naturally.
same.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily like playing a healer, but when you play
Yeah.
whatever the party needs, you usually end up being the healer.
Being the healer. Although there have been times where I've ended up being the tank as well, especially when we were in my long career in World of Warcraft. I played a druid, so I did everything at one point or another for the guild, including lead it, which was entertaining as hell.
That's
Yeah.
always fun.
Yeah.
I did that for a hot minute too, but I did a druid for a long time, and I always got stuck doing heals, so I was a tree all the time.
Tree, and then when Boomkin was viable, I played that for a long time. But then when Lich King came out, I ended up being the off tank and then main tank for a while.
Well, there
That
you
was-
go.
So
could
I
run
can I can do it all. I'm flexible.
That's right. Well, it's a druid, you know.
You know?
Do you
Favorite
believe in
person?
fate?
Do I believe in fate?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, not all the time.
What song on the radio do you sing with every time it comes on?
Oh God, anything by Dave Matthews, anything by the Beatles.
Yes.
Melissa Etheridge, I'm the Only One. And
okay.
you will hear me 2 blocks away because I will try to match her decibel for decibel.
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
I could let come to my window.
I was just
Yeah.
singing one of those windows
Great
top of my
song.
lungs the other day in my car.
Great freaking song. Judah and the Lion had Suit and Jacket. That's a great song too that I love to sing along with.
Times. Yes.
And then anything from Lake Street Dive if I can learn the lyrics fast enough. But Rachel Price is a goddess that walks on earth. So there you have it. There's
This question. Have you ever
Uh-oh.
worn socks with sandals?
no, I refuse.
Okay.
Even when I was 13 years old and didn't know any better, I knew enough to say no, the socks have to come off. The sandals are going on.
You
Right,
know
right.
enough to know better. If Voldemort offered you a hug, would you accept?
Voldy needs a hug, man. Seriously, the boy was he needed some love. That's all. I'm pretty sure. I mean, look at it this way. You know, my favorite thing is when you see all these little interactions between the great villains of all the modern series, and they're like, you couldn't even take over a high school. Come on, man. He
Yeah,
just
right.
Voldy needs a hug. If he
Yeah.
wanted one, I'd give him one. Yep.
Fair enough.
Dig it.
Is double dipping at a party ever acceptable?
I'm a Gen Xer, right? We've swam in, like, for instance, I'm in Rochester, New York. We've swam in the Genesee River to cool off. The Genesee River where Kodak dumped everything.
Yeah.
Do you glow?
I don't. I don't. Well, maybe after a fresh wash and wax, but after that,
Oh,
no.
oh honey, you're glowing.
Thank you, sweetheart. I love it. But you know what? I've never really cared. You know, we're all in it together, and as long as somebody's not sneezing into the dip, I'm good with it.
Right.
I know that there are people who are not as open-minded as I am, so I try to be very conscientious of that. So I don't do it if I'm thinking about it. But more often than not, I'm not thinking about it because the salsa's too good. Just
Right.
one tone. But it doesn't bother me.
Fair enough.
What do your favorite pajamas look like?
It's whatever t-shirt I happen to be wearing at the moment, and I have these Boston Red Sox kind of flannel pattern, but they're very light material pajama pants that are starting to wear out after 20 years, so they need to be replaced because there's parts of them that shouldn't be worn out.
Oh my.
But
Oh
yeah,
my.
they're comfy, and that's all that matters, right? So And then in the winter time, they get replaced by just sweats because I don't want to be cold.
Yeah.
So
It gets cold there, right? Like snow, cold.
we're in the snow belt. Well, actually, the best way to describe it is we're too far north to be in the sun belt, and we're too far south to be in Canada's snow belt. We're in the fucked up belt, which where you never know
That's
what
what
you're
it
going to get.
wants.
I don't know. what the
Yeah, it's
fuck
going to do
belt-
whatever it wants. But we have our in January, February, we have our weeks where it will be 6, 5, 7, 2.
Okay.
Oh,
like
great.
Central Oregon, where we grew up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And somebody in my office will invariably go, "My God, it's 2 degrees out," and I will have to be the idiot that says, "Yes, but it's a dry heat."
Being one sitting in Phoenix, Arizona, right now as we speak,
Okay.
I can appreciate that.
I have family in Phoenix. But, the funny thing is, I have a branch of my family that are Canadian. My aunt married a hockey player, and there's the story. But they lived in just outside of the capital of Saskatchewan and Ottawa. But they're
Okay.
all migrating to Phoenix. My uncle has a summer home or a winter home down in Phoenix. And so they're all down there more often than not. And I keep
Way to
meaning to
go.
get down there to visit them. If I
Well,
do
come
pull that
down.
off, I'll let you know so we can hang
You
out.
better, yes. Let me
I
know.
just
fun.
got back from a trip over there actually, and it
Uh-huh.
was super fun. We went to this little crappy podunk pocket amusement park called Castles and Coasters.
Okay, I've heard of
I
it.
mean-
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it looks like basically a carnival that
Yeah.
old, but it was so
Permanent
much fun.
fixtures.
And
Mhm.
it was recently because it was just after kind of like the masks, like just recently, right? And like we're vaccinated and all that, and we went,
Yeah.
and it was like the first outing, and a lot of people were having the same experience. So we were all just like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
people!" Like,
Everyone
"How
was
are
having
you?"
such a good time. We would see the same people from ride to ride and be like,
Right? Like,
yeah,
"Woo!"
it was so much fun.
It was. It was
That
like,
is
"Oh my
fantastic.
god, people!"
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Oh, I
usually
love it.
that excited about people, but it was very fun.
really.
Oh,
So I
That
feel like we already know the answer to this question, but would you
Okay.
rather cuddle a baby panda or a baby penguin?
Let's see. Yeah, I've got. That's a tough question actually because both are viable.
Yeah.
fair.
Penguins are entertaining as hell, and they're like one of my spirit animals. But pandas are hilarious.
Yeah.
One of my favorite panda clips I saw on YouTube was when there was a bunch of like the cubs at a zoo in China, and the zookeeper was coming in to try and do something, and they wouldn't let her because they were just bumbling. They're bumbling all over the place, and she would try to. Have you
Yeah.
seen that one,
I
Shannon?
mentioned that
So good.
video like
Yeah.
almost every time that
I love that
question comes
video.
up.
It's just so precious
And they're
because they're
like-
they're little stinkers. They just
Right? And the zookeeper is just like removing them from the leg and kind of putting
Yes.
the thing, and then they
Yes.
just come back, and so she stops, removes them, and puts it over there. It's like,
she's
"Oh, I
so
want that dog."
exasperated. You can tell how frustrated she is, but she's just rolling with it. It's freaking
Oh,
hilarious.
I know. And then I'm like, my guidance counselor in high school screwed me over. I did not get that option for a job.
I
Okay.
could have had a job
Right.
cuddling pandas. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you
Honestly.
saying? You're like, oh, you should be a teacher. Oh, you should be a lawyer. Bitch, I want to cuddle pandas.
Yeah,
There
Where
you
was
go.
that?
There you follow your dreams, Shan. Follow your
Telling
dreams.
you.
That's
I
right.
gotta find some pandas. I'm like, it's like, who's this lady like trying to hug pandas? It's my calling. It's my dream.
job.
They're gonna eat your face though. I don't care.
You put it on your business card and just
Oh.
say panda cuddler.
Oh,
And a
Right?
cuddler.
I mean, nobody
Yes.
checks references really.
Well,
right?
That's true.
here's a great business card story. I had a buddy of mine from college. He's big into computers. He was computer science. He was a programmer. He's up there now. But he had been flown west to Microsoft's headquarters in Seattle many centuries ago, and he came home and he said my liaison the entire trip was this guy, and he hands me the business card, and it was this name, Jedi Knight.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was his business card, and it had the Microsoft logo on it, and here the address, the contact information, but his job title, Jedi Knight. I'm like, I want to work for Microsoft.
Serious.
Yes.
Learn the ways of the Force.
Yes. Jelly.
Steven's a Sith though, so he wouldn't be a
Yeah.
Jedi Knight. He would be
I
a
will
Sith
forgive
Lord.
him.
I just want to be able to use the
Skip past the
force
part.
as I see fit.
There you go.
Mean, I
The force serve you well.
Yeah.
when I played like Knights of the Old Republic games and things like
Mhm.
that, and I would go completely light side, but I'd have to go dark side just far enough I could get force lightning.
There you
'Cause
go.
who doesn't want force lightning?
I played Star Wars Old Republic MMO for a while too, and I played everybody's all the characters and to see the different stories.
And
Yes.
I didn't play the MMO as much as I played like the console original,
Okay.
like Revan.
Knights of the
game.
Old Republic was a great friggin' movie. Or a great game, I
game.
meant.
Yes,
I
it
gotcha.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
it
know what
was
you're talking
it
about.
was beautiful. It's what Mass Effect turned into. Okay, so I guess this is
Yes.
the last question.
Okay,
I
I'm sad.
know.
Mhm.
It's
Why
all
must
those
it end?
because time is mean. Did you have fun on the show?
I had a blast. You guys are amazing. You guys are a lot of fun.
Same. I'm
Yay!
excited. I definitely am going to hold you to that invitation to go
Yeah,
on the
that'd
be
podcast.
great.
I'd like to hang out again.
Uh-huh. Agreed.
I have 2 podcasts right now. One is the FC3 Monkey Business that we just canned our 201st episode after the past like 5 or 6 years.
Wow. Good job.
We did a little bit of a format change recently where because we used to just do everything. But we're focusing now, we're just kind of like talking about movies. We've done the Star Wars franchise. We've talked about the Back to the Future trilogy. We're dipping into Mel Brooks movies now.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're having some fun with that. Yeah. We did Spaceballs, and we're going to do History of the World Part 1 next. But then the other podcast is my best friend of 36 years and I. It's Dan and Chris Save the World. And through very bizarre set of circumstances, we think we're starting our own religion. We're not sure how, but it seems to be happening that way. And we're like, what is going on here? But, we have a lot of fun, and we talk about, parenting and world stuff and whatever comes to mind at that moment in time. So that's been a lot of fun. And then, of course, the Flower City Comic Con coming up in September of this year, 25th and 26th, here in the humble hallowed halls of Rochester, New York. And it's you guys are absolutely. I would love to be able to hang out with you again and bring you on my show, and that'd be a lot of fun.
Then
Yeah,
we shall do
and I
it.
like all of those topics.
Mhm.
So
Right, and we also do our own nerd news of our. Every Monday night we go Facebook Live, but it goes to our Twitch channel and YouTube. But we start at about 8:00 Eastern, and we'll go for usually about 20 minutes to a half an hour, and we'll talk about this, that, and the other thing, and bring in blogs and from time to time, I'd love to bring in people to talk about stuff. That'd be a lot of fun. So there we go. We got plans.
we got
Excellent.
plans, honey.
Love it.
Yes,
Love
we
it.
got this. All
My
right,
new
well,
friends. I'm so excited. Thank you for the opportunity to hang out with you today.
Yeah,
yeah,
thank
for
you.
coming on short notice. Both you and Lip were like right there because I have been slacking lately. So I'm
It's all
so
right.
appreciative. I mean, it worked out beautifully.
Absolutely.
But yeah, everybody in the audience, I'm not even looking at the right camera because I don't know where I'm streaming from.
What's happening?
Thank you for showing up and hanging out and for spending your points on making us do silly things. And catch us next week. We will do the same thing with different people, different tangents, and crazy
Mhm.
shenanigans. We will see
There we
you
go.
then. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.